Educational research is one of the subjects that I saw in this period of great importance regarding to research process and the guidelines present by the tutor to follow some guidelines that will lead me to the completion of my degree project, which I aspire to be a quality and very consistent work. I am sure that I with good planning and good research process and following the guidelines of some scholars of the subjects, letting myself be led by the hand by the path that leads to the completion of the good project. I will achieve the purpose required for the completion of the quality projects. I need to know the research lines of the CIDU, to know the area of knowledge and to carry out the research project. For the degree project, I choose research because I consider that it is a tool that helps me to grow in knowledge and have new experiences in this field. I explored the reference I found and very consciously start to build my research project. I start with the introduction. I refer to the incorporation of the new systems such as information and communication technologies. Uh, I see it education with disparity of the teaching strategies and appropriate resources to use them throughout virtual media has been of the green relevance. It has become a reality in recent years. Currently, with the accelerate change that are being experienced in the educational system worldwide due to globalizations and the events that have occurred recently, it has been necessary a process of uh, updating and innovation in the ways of the teaching. These are the teachers will prepare to work in online English language teaching. How they do in times of the pandemic and how will they do in now? What resources and strategies will be necessary to bring internet connection to all Colombian homes? Significance of the study never in the history of mankind. As three third being more important rather than the one we are living in today, where the world has been transforming rapidly, we are experiencing a series of changes in various aspects, among which the education system stands outside, which has undergone some modification. This is a new era characterized by the transformation of modern societies. I see it have become an almost mandatory use for the teaching and learning process during the state of emergency due to the pandemic COVID-19. The government has had to decree the necessary measures to ensure that communication service reach the different corners of the national geography. But despite the good intentions of the state, Colombia is not prepared to face the entire education community in this regard. The statement of the problem is it in schools should be used in moderate way, integrate into the curriculum with the involvement and training of highly professional teachers prepared in the virtual area in the management educational for software for the development of different areas of language, cognitive, social, emotional, etc. Adopt strategies and be flexible with describing the educational regulations, allowing then to obtain sufficient didactic knowledge on the use of the technology. Students have faced very important challenges in the teaching learning process that would positively affect their future and true professionals. I'm not only referring to new teachers, but also to those who have not yet seriously ventured into the field of the technology. At this time, it is urgent that the necessary measures are taken so that the knowledge and adequate training can reach is one of them. At this time, innovative teachers are needed who can offer students with quality teachings and learning process without leaving aside students with disabilities. Theoretical framework, learning theories, and resources that allow the teacher to have a guide that orients the teacher learning process by a route that leads to the projects and provide quality knowledge to their students. I made a list for 3 theories that I found very striking and important. Doing your research part 2. Initially, I worked with a simple stretch using the documentary type research approach. I will use this qualitative research technique which is in chains of the collecting and selecting all the information by reading various documents, books, magazines, voice recordings, videos, filming, etc. I also use the qualitative approach that allows me to generate an exploratory research to get an understanding of the variety of opinions. In the case of whether teachers are prepared to face the new challenges led them to ask new questions in the regard. One resource to use in the interview system to then provoke a series of responses aimed at revealing the aim is to work with the teacher who provides me with key information. They know well the subject to which is referred in the research on the question I posed at the beginning of the research work. The research process. Develop the research objectives. Conducting a research project is like embarking on the journey. It is a linear process during which, as in the theory, you move from the starting point of the objective and then the story of the journey. In practicing can be much more complex. Defining the risk topic. What you need look for is the essential element for project that which characterizes or distinguishes it from all other work and encompasses the essence of the research. On why to do this is to ask some basic questions. What is intended to achieve? What are the important issues? Who will benefit or be affected by the project? What things will change or result of the project? Why is project being established? What are the important issues? Some of the important issues are related to attitudes on the motivation and what measuring how to measure change in attitude, behavior, and motivation. And now, getting to the point where you can begin to articulate the precise objectives of the research. You should try to encompass everything in one clear, unambiguous sentences. It should describe the essence of the study. It should omit nothing and include everything. Specification objectives. Once the overall objectives of the project has been articulated, the next step is to specify the objectives to be achieved in order to investigate or satisfy the final objective. Simply put, the objectives define what needs to be done during the research. My commitment to myself is to work in my structured waivers on the bibliography in the knowledge environment. I found a very important guide to elaborate the equality project. The following is a summary of the steps to follow. And designing and planning studies, the size and shape of the research project will be determined by the constraints of money, time, and expertise. When I thinking about that, two different types should be considered. The time between the start and end of the project and the number of research that required to complete the work. Keep the thing simple, efficient, and economical. Select the research methods that are most likely to achieve your research objectives. Thank you very much.